said a lot of white women do not like seeing black women surpass them. Let's hear what she has to say.
Y'all be getting tired of me talking about stuff like this. Y'all be thinking like I'm OD and I'm just dragging it, but I promise y'all I'm not. The example, the story time I'm finna give y'all is literally the reason why I be saying stuff I be saying. At the shoe fits, then wear Cinderella. If not, keep scrolling. Don't be coming to my comments talking about some, well, not all, babes. Majority, but not all. I be thinking I'm lying when I say that a lot of white women literally they do not like seeing a black woman do better than them, do not like seeing a black woman who is prettier than them. They don't like seeing a black woman that overpasses them. As long as you're not doing better than them, then they're good. I'm friends, she's black, with a girl who runs track, and I was spending some time with her, like, you know, talking with her and talk to her in a minute. I'm sitting on the couch or whatever, I'm on the phone, and I'm talking to her, and she's telling me about this teammate who's also her roommate. She's white. She started telling me about the passive and microaggressive behavior that her teammate would show her during practice and in her dorm room. And I'm like, okay, what do you mean? Explain. Tell me about a situation where, like, every day at practice, she beats her. Her times are always faster than hers. Like, you know, she overpasses her in everything she does. She said she would look at her white teammate whenever they would get done running and ask her if she's good, she's okay, because she be hustling and puffing and breathing hard like she ain't, you know, took a breath in hours. And she said the white girl was just like side on her, giving her a dirty look, and just won't say nothing. Then she said it was this one time when they were in practice and they were doing time trials and they were running and whatnot, and she ended up beating her. My friend, the black girl, she's not the fastest on her team. There's maybe like a few people that's faster than her by a little bit, but she's like top 3, top 5. And the people that's faster than her maybe by like a little bit are not black, but still. There was one day in practice they were doing the time trials, and after everybody got done running, her roommate, the white girl, starts crying, and people start surrounding her, asking her what's wrong, and her teammate looks at her, not the other girls that's faster than her. She looks at my friend, the black girl, and goes, she can't be better than me. She can't be better. She can't be faster than me. Like, white women do not like seeing black women surpass them. Like, I kid y'all, I'm not making this up.
A couple of things. There is a level of truth to what she says. Yes, there are some white women who are intimidated by black women or who are just honestly racist. Like, there are obviously racist white women. That is not surprising. Now, I wouldn't go as far as to say that's every white woman, though. Obviously, she wasn't saying that either. But yeah, that's not every white woman. And also, here's the challenge I have with these conversations at the core. Black women, I think, are very comfortable calling out white women. But I've noticed that many black women who call a white woman also secretly or sometimes openly want to date white men. So this is where, to me, this whole thing gets a little murky, because yes, like, there definitely are white women who are racist. Like, I told you, like, that happens. I've experienced that in my own life in like corporate world or different things where there are white women who are just giving me like real funny style energy for no reason. But then also, I think what goes on is I do think there are times when there are black women also who feel competitive towards white women because it can be different reasons. Maybe feeling like they're a bit insecure, like they don't measure up to white femininity, or seeing white women as competition, specifically in the dating and mating realm. And you see this because, you know, a couple of things that trigger this response. Like when you see black men who are with white women, and you have black women will be so in their feelings, like for some reason black men dating outside of their race still triggers black women. Like, it just triggers them to the core. It's like very disturbing to them. But some of these same black women will openly encourage black women to expand their options to white men, right? So what I'm trying to get at is that I feel that there is a competition that happens between black women and white women, but sometimes I feel like there are times when black women put too much on it. We saw this with the whole Taylor Swift Travis Kelce thing and all the capping of stuff that was going around that, and people saying that, like, just bending over backwards, I think, to try to come to conclusions or to try to make it seem like Travis Kelce was settling and that he really liked black women. Like, just all these narratives. We saw this with like the Nicole Landry effect when black women were like all in their white boy era and their white boy phase. And at the end of the day, if you are a black woman who wants to integrate into a white community, your primary competitor is going to be white women. Period. End of discussion. Like, if you want to divest, if you want to expand your options, if you want to do all those things, your primary competitor is going to be white women. So that tension, I think, it can come out in different places and spaces. It can come out, she's talking about sports, it can come out in the corporate realm if you're trying to get to the next position, you know, and let's say there's like a white male boss you guys are, you know, both of y'all are trying to flirt with. Like, there's all these different scenarios this could happen. So I think this topic is incredibly nuanced. I won't deny the fact that there are obviously racist white women out there who just don't like black people and they don't like black women. Like, that is so obvious and clear. But I also think the other side of the story here is that there are black women who honestly feel like they're competing with white women because they want their men. And some of these white women, like, they're not looking at it like that. I have many like girlfriends who are white, and they've never given me this energy of like, oh, I'm, you know, competing with you and like you can't do better than me. Like, we celebrate each other when things happen that are positive, whether it's getting in a new home or getting a, you know, having a child or whether it's husband gets a promotion, like we celebrate each other when happy things happen, when good things happen, and then we mourn together when sad things happen. So it's like, I can say of my own personal experience, like I have friends of mine who are white women and they don't act like this. There's not a competition, right? So I think context matters. I think there's a lot more nuance to it, but I also think that there are some black women who feel uncomfortable around white women also because they don't feel as confident in their femininity. If you feel confident as a black woman and who you are and who God made you to be and just what you bring to the table, right? Or just your personality, all of those assets, then you're not so threatened by a white woman being white. You're like, okay, you're cool. Like you're white. You're doing your white cultural things. You're whatever. Like you can celebrate each other's differences, but it doesn't have to be a competition. So that's the way I see it. I'm not going to deny the fact that there are racist white women. Like if you run into a racist white woman, like there's no meeting in the middle. Like they're racist. They're going to have to deal with their heart. They got their own issues. But outside of that, like sometimes I just think ladies put a lot more on it than what it is. That's my opinion. And I think sometimes ladies do that because there's this unwillingness sometimes to reckon with the way black women don't feel like they themselves line up to white femininity. Again, this is my opinion, but let's see what else she has to say. I think she has a little bit more on this topic.
I looked at my fan because we over the phone. I'm looking at my friend. I'm like, she said that out loud, or did she say that to you, or did you just hear it around the grapevine? She said no. She said that out loud. That's what she told the people that was checking on her, that was asking about her. She was okay. She said it out loud. She said she cannot be better than me. She cannot be faster than me. Mind you, my friend, the black girl, is not the fastest on the team. She's top 5, but she is not the top fastest. Top fastest are not even black. But it's like she picked my friend out and was like, oh, she can't be better than me. She can't be faster than me. Do y'all see what I'm like? Do y'all see what I'm talking about though? Like, do y'all see what I mean? It's like I had a conversation with my best friend like a week ago, and we got a kind of like a mini argument about this because he was trying to say, well, shit, not all white people are bad, not all white girls are bad. And I said, I'm not saying every white person is bad. You got to read the fruits of their spirits first. I was explaining to him, bro, a lot of these white people will smile and kiki in your face because I think I've seen videos and I've met her teammate before. She's really sweet, super nice. But I was like, a lot of these white women will smile and kiki and haha in your face. A lot of these white people will smile and kiki and haha in your face. But when you're not around, you're having conversations with their families about how they feel about black people, how they feel about people of color. Low key, they be hiding, envy in their heart, but they be
No, what she's talking about is facts, like the nasty nice energy. I even had one of my friends, y'all remember a few years ago about my friend, blonde white girl, and she literally talked about like the nasty nice and how white, like the white girl shade kind of thing, like how white women will shade you and they'll be like, oh, they'll do the whole like, yeah, the fake niceties. Like she's right about that. But I feel like you can kind of feel that, like if you're around a person long, if you can kind of feel if they're genuine or if they're just hella fake. But she is right. Like that is how I think how a lot of white women, especially if they're like upper middle class or, come from more affluent spaces, they're more about like, okay, we're going to have certain niceties or we're going to act a certain way, but behind closed doors, we're going to fight against you institutionally, like the sneaky stuff. So she's absolutely right about that for sure. Anyways, y'all, that's what I have on this whole topic. What do you think? She mentioned some things I am in complete agreement with, and I think in general, I'm in agreement with everything that she is saying. I would just add to that, there's the other side of the coin where I think sometimes black women also feel like they don't measure up to white femininity, and sometimes I feel like they can go a little bit overboard with feeling like white women are always competing with them or white women are secretly insecure, whatever. Sometimes I think this conversation can get a little overboard because they're not also willing to reckon with the way sometimes black women don't feel like they measure up to white femininity, particularly if these black women want to divest, integrate, or swirl with white men, with their brothers. Right, at that point, you're dealing with your direct competitors, and that's going to cause some tension. But anyways, y'all, that's what I have. What do y'all think? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye!